The journey is long. The path is hard. But the destination, distant, eternal, gleaming, is somehow clear. Getting here is framed by a question and shaped by a fight. But maybe the fight isn't the hardest part. Maybe it's what you carry that's even heavier. Not just the strength and will or the grit and belief, it's the other things. The pressure of expectation, the weight of opportunity, the burden of doubt, and the simple, central, unyielding question: are you enough? This is where you get the chance to find out.
The stakes right now cannot be higher.
How strong is Jade Cargill? You are not ready.
One step closer to redemption for Cody Rhodes.
I have to do whatever it takes to get number 15.
And for some, the last time is now to show the world who they truly are.
Day in, day out, no days off. For 25 years, I have been the greatest of all time.
It's time CM Punk woke up as champion.
John Cena, CM Punk, one final match.
The chance to define yourself in this kingdom, this moment, this match, this night, as a champion.
And now, WWE presents Night of Champions.
WWE and ECW alumni, the Blue Meanie, and you're listening to PCW.
The question is, are you ready?
Let me talk to you. I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can. What do you guys want to talk about?
And the color red in a world full of black and white. I am the eater of worlds. Yeah, if you're some acknowledge me.
The champ is here!
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
Hey, yo.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of PCW Podcast Championship Wrestling. I am your host, Wayne, also known as Semi-Dry Chicken, and what are we going to cover tonight? We're going to cover Night of Champions post-show in Saudi Arabia, and if we have a little bit of time, we're going to talk about maybe what matches have been added to the Great American Bash, what matches may have been added to Saturday Night Main Event, what matches may have been added to Evolution. So we still have a lot of shit to cover, but I'm not going to do this alone, so let me just go right ahead and introduce them. Here we go.
Uso! Hey, main event Jay Uso is now in your city! It's just me, okay? Day one, it's just me, Day one, it's just me, it's on me now, Uso. Hey, I'ma get them all. I'ma get them all, Uso. Yeah. I'ma get them.
Welcome back, Dre Uso.
Yo, what it do, PCW crew? Main event, Dre Uso is back on your podcast.
Man, it's hot here in PA. I don't know how hot it is where you're at, but definitely, huh?
As hell.
Yeah, definitely not as hot as it probably was in Saudi though. I heard it was a fucking nightmare, as it always is when they're there with the heat. Yeah, it must not be fun. Hey, we are not doing this alone, man. I'm gonna bring in somebody that we've had on the show before. Here he is.
Let me talk to you.
Hovey from Sofa King Smarks Podcast. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How are you guys doing today?
Man, hot, dude.
You want to talk about hot? It's 111 degrees where I'm at right now.
111? Holy shit! Yeah. You take the trophy. You win.
Yes,
you win. What's your humidity like though?
Yes, humidity is not bad. Humidity
not bad.
is we're in the desert, so it's mostly dry heat. So my humidity is at 14%.
Oh, dude, that's nice.
Yeah. So I'll take this over whatever you guys are dealing with over there.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen 14% humidity in Virginia in my life.
Never. Yeah. It's
by the water. We're
right now,
minimum 60%. I think constantly.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like the sun just went down. Just about it's going down. It's like 72 here. But like during the day it was like 90, but you know the humidity is high here.
Yeah,
it's sticky, dude, all day.
I'll take this dry heat any day, man.
Yeah, dude, dry heat, absolutely. Yeah, man, I'm just sweating my ass off at work.
Here where I live,
right,
we get as hot as Saudi Arabia, so we're looking at 117s, 119s in the summer.
The teens.
So whatever they're dealing with over there. It is not fun, man. It's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, especially like, not being used to wrestling in like such. I mean, I'm sure back in the day when they were wrestling in like high school gyms or, shitty arenas. I mean, but to come here and just have to sweat it out, man. And you know what? Just wrestling with other people. Just I don't care who you are. Just body on body with that kind of heat. That's got a stench of some kind.
Oh, yeah.
And then the women who got to wear the unfortunate one-piece bodysuits. Ugh, talk about sweat.
Yeah, you gotta feel bad for the women.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, I don't mind it.
You gotta feel bad for the women. In those suits and that heat, ain't nowhere for all that sweat to escape. It's just pulling up in you.
Meanwhile, Goldust is like, hey, I've done it for years. It's not a problem.
No big deal.
Dude, yeah, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let's get into this pay-per-view here. Dre, do you want to kick us off, man?
Yep, so, as we said, talking about Night of Champions, a.k.a. Night of some champions, or a few champions, a.k.a. WWE in your house, bombs over Baghdad, or wherever you want to call it.
Dude, I'm gonna spit out my iced tea on that one. In your house, bombs
over in the Middle East. Y'all know where it took place. Kingdom Center, Riyadh, their capital, all that good stuff. Anyway, this PA Billy kicked off with the finals of the men's King of the Ring tournament, featuring Randy Orton taking on Cody Rhodes, which resulted in Cody Rhodes winning via pinfall to become, to absolutely nobody's surprise, 2025 King of the Ring. I mean, the match wasn't bad.
No.
Even if the outcome was predictable from a mile away, the match itself was still decent enough. They told fairly decent story with Cody being a bit more aggressive than you would expect from a typical white bread baby face, and Randy Orton being the one to have a bit of a conscience issue with him, hesitating to punt Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes deliberately targeting Randy's back and using that to his advantage. But at the same time, when you know the outcome is already there, how much can you really be into the match? Like I said, not a bad match, but it was just more like just waiting for the inevitable. The only thing that surprised me about it is the fact that Randy went down with just 2 crossroads. I figured he was at least 3 crossroads worthy.
Right.
He did kick out the first one like I expected, but he did not kick out of number 2. Little disrespectful. Randy Orton, 15-time champion. He should be minimum 3 crossroads.
In a row? I mean,
maybe not in a row. No, he ain't tribal chief territory. Not in a row, but I figured it was going to be 1 kick out and then two in a row for the win.
Right.
But then again, I guess when you crack your shit on the damn unprotected turnbuckle, maybe that counts as half a crossroads or something. So what were your thoughts on this match, Wayne?
Let's start off with how I brought up last episode, how the logos in the ring, and all the ads. Dude, we got one solid ad right in the middle. That was it. There's none on the barricades. There's none on the ring aprons. It just says WWE Night of Champions. No lie, I kind of liked it. There was no Prime Station. It was clean. Just had that one logo.
It was noticeably refreshing.
It was, right? The ring posts weren't done up. It was ridiculous. I last week I set up, a kid's wrestling ring, Money in the Bank wrestling ring, and I'm putting the stickers on it, and there's logos all over the damn place, and I'm just like, oh, this is what it should look like. But now I know, I gotta, thank God they don't come with it yet, but you gotta put advertisement stickers all over the goddamn place. It was just ridiculous. So yeah, it was refreshing, dude.
Oh, for a kid's toy set?
Yeah, no, not yet, but it has a lot of stickers on it as of, for a toy, it had a lot of stickers. But yeah,
that's
no
what I'm
ads.
saying. They were sponsor stickers for you to put.
No, not yet. But I'm saying one day, man, get your own. I'm
about to say them shits would go straight in the trash so damn fast.
Dude, can you imagine? But anyway, I did get what I wanted. I got a Cody Cutter turned into an RKO. I did say that because Cody was doing 1,000 Cody Cutters. He spent most of his time bouncing off the ropes in this fucking match. And I was like, he's got to get caught in an RKO at some point, right? I was also very surprised that they went for the superplex 1 minute into the match. Doing the superplex, right off the bat, Orton was able to kind of sell that back injury during that entire match. And I did say that Orton, what would be his downfall is he would have the window, that opportunity, man, to punt Cody in the head, and he would hesitate. And that's what would fuck him over, and that's what it did. The hesitation, and then, once he saw another window that he might go all in, heelish move, he took the turnbuckle off, but, it just waited too long, man, and it got him. He ended up hitting it, and in the ribs, and one Cody Cutter, and he was done. Yeah. But it was still a pretty good match. So for an opening match, they went 19 minutes, 45 seconds. Still pretty decent. Hoovy, what do you think?
Good way to kick off the PLE.
Yeah.
Where you at, Ben?
wasn't really a fan of this match just because it's too predictable. For me, when a match is too predictable, it just takes away the entire process. Like I can't get into it unless there's like a pretty big spot. It doesn't really do anything for me. The fact that Randy took the superplex and hurt his back at the beginning was just so uncharacteristic of him. Mm-hmm. So right off the bat, like you just even made it more predictable that he was going to lose because he started doing things that he normally doesn't do. But yeah, the fact that Cody was just kind of going up and down and being super Cody, it's like, come on, man, sell it to me a little bit more. Give me a little bit more of like Randy, at least, making it believe that, he's going to win, and then kind of Cody being the underdog, I guess, in this versus his mentor, sell that story again. But other than that, like, it's just too predictable for me. And then Michael Cole wasn't doing any favors with this match either.
Yeah.
So
and,
it's
like I say, I'm in the same place with you with it. Like I said, when we all knew Cody was gonna win, so you're watching the match and it's just like, all right, we all know the ending. How you gonna get there? So once they did finally get there, we got the post-match interview with Byron Saxton interviewing Cody, which, whatever, don't want to give a shit what Cody said. The more interesting thing was happening outside the ring with Randy looking back, looking visibly upset and dejected, which has fueled speculation that a Randy Orton heel turn is imminent.
I'm all for it, man.
We've been speculating this for over a year now. The real question is,
I was going to say heel Randy is the best Randy.
Heel Randy is the best Randy. But my question is, can Randy even be heel at this point in his career? Like, even if he were to turn on Cody or whatever, would fans even really boo him?
Like, is he like in that John Cena window where, like, he's the heel, but we're still fucking cheering him? I mean, you've reached that point, dude.
Cena got some boos. Like, he's gotten some boos. Granted, they didn't last long before fans have, started to cheer him, but Cena can pull a boo out of the fans.
Right.
He can, and he's shown that. Can Randy, and can he do it against Cody? For anybody, over the age of 11.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like there comes a certain point in your wrestling career where you reach, like, a status
community
where it's of respect from us as fans that we don't boo you, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you have a certain level of immunity at a certain point. And I wonder if Randy's at that point.
I feel like he is, man.
Yeah, we all know he can be a heel. He can absolutely heel it up like it ain't nobody's business.
Right.
But if he were to, if he would have went back in that ring and RKO'd the fuck out of Cody, would anybody have booed it? Maybe the Saudi crowd would have. But I feel like some people back in the States would have been like, hell yeah. Go ahead, Ben.
I think it goes in this, because I look at it from this point of view. You have your casual fans, then you have us, your marks.
Yeah.
For the casual fans, yes. The answer is yes. Randy can definitely get the boos because of the casual fan. For the marks, it's what we want, you know what I mean? But for Randy to get the boos, he has to do something drastic, like beat up a Cody Rhodes and, send him to, IR, if you will. Get him out of there, get him out of the picture, and then have Cody come back and face Randy Orton. That's really the biggest thing, is take down the biggest babyface. Otherwise, you're right. No one's really going to believe this heel Randy Orton, because he needs to have some kind of quote unquote passion to go after, his 15th belt, and Cody's in the way. Like, you have to have some kind of story with them. And if he's not interested, we know that Randy, if he's not interested in a story, he's not going to do anything to make it better. Mm-hmm. So it has to be something in the back end that Randy has to agree with and have him basically wrestle his heart out there.
Mm-hmm. And consider the fact that this is an older Randy Orton. This is a father now. Does he even want to be a heel anymore?
Yeah.
It might not be of interest to him. He may be of this mindset of, I've been there, I've done that. Let me just, be the veteran, and let me just stay a babyface from a kids for the rest of the year. Maybe he doesn't want his kids seeing an arena boo the hell out of him.
Yeah,
or him having to do what it would take for him to really get over as a heel. Because like you said, if he's just kind of phoning it in as a heel, it ain't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not after we got, you know, people's talk about, you know, 09 Randy Orton is a thing. People show the pictures of Orton from that era, and it means something.
Yep.
You know, that's up there with other, you know, wrestlers of a specific point in their career that people strongly connect with. So
the problem with that is that they can't go back to 09 Randy Orton. They can't go back to the punting. The punting the people, because you know more and more kids watch it. There's more social media is a bigger impact, so kids have access to seeing that kind of stuff, and they don't. You know, what's the disclosure in the beginning of every show? Don't try this at home. People are going to try it, so they just won't go back to that Randy Orton. So we're stuck with this Randy.
Yeah, I believe yes and no to that effect, because obviously the message is always don't try this at home, but they also do way wilder shit now in the ring now than what they used to do in 09.
Well, when you were kids, was there a wrestling move that you guys would always pull on each other? I mean, when I was a kid, we were going around giving each other diamond cutters before the RKO. I mean,
I mean, like I said, when I was a kid, the most devastating thing we were doing to people was a DDT.
Yeah,
because that was the most devastating thing we saw in wrestling. Like, DDT like killed people in the 80s.
Fucking, do you just picture kids now just running around punching other kids?
Right. Now these motherfuckers is doing damn falcon arrows off the ropes in every other match and shit, and jumping from ring apron to announcers tables like it ain't nobody business. So, a punt is relatively tame by today's standards. Hell, Seth Rollins stomping people's heads into the mats every other week. Freaking Finn Balor doing double stomps on people's chests. The punt might not resonate like it used to.
Yeah, see, Randy was doing punts to everybody, not just wrestlers, which is the biggest difference.
Right, so, that part.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I hope we're wrong. I hope we're wrong on this. I want Randy. I want that that Legend Killer. Come bring back the Legend Killer.
Yeah,
that's what made me fall in love with the character of Randy Orton. And if we can get that back, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I would love to see him be a heel again and love him to make it work. Yeah, but he's gonna have to find a different way to make it work now. Because, like I said, he blinds up to punt people now, and the crowd gets hyped for it.
Yep.
Because they want to see the punt, so that ain't gonna work as a heel tactic.
So
he misses every single time. Yeah, because he misses all the time now, so people just they're not gonna.
Yeah, because he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't do it or something, and it gets in the way.
So, yeah.
So, guys, let me ask you. We have the American Nightmare T-shirt. How many Rehad Nightmare T-shirts do you think they sold?
0, because I don't think that shirt existed.
No, it existed. It's in the crowd.
There was really a Rehad Nightmare shirt.
Yeah, it's green. It's like that John Cena green. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I saw a kid wearing it, and I was like, oh shit, sheesh.
Fuck idea was that? You know what?
Yeah.
TKO ain't never seen a dollar they didn't like.
I know. I mean,
that's true.
But yeah, green shirts. Like so Rehad Nightmare. Rehad Nightmare.
How many shirts they sell?
I don't know, but one is too many.
So when they do Clash in Paris, are they going to do the French Nightmare?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, where does it stop, man? You know what I'm okay with? You know, when shirts go on, we'll say tour, right? The John Cena shirt tour. That's cool, right? That's awesome now.
These make sense.
But
because you know there are people out there who are collecting every single one for every city.
Yeah.
And when they get done, somebody's going to be on social media posting every single shirt he wore this year.
Yeah. The only other shirt that I think...
They probably got the whole set, shirt, wristbands, socks, cap, the whole kit and caboodle.
Because the only other shirts that go on, like, tour, I guess you could say, is there's always, like, Philly 316. You know, any 316 wherever you're from, you know?
Yeah.
Always.
The Suplex City is also one too.
Oh yeah, Suplex City. That's a good one. Yeah. And then it's just like the standard WWE event is in your town or something like that. Like,
yeah,
the standard T-shirt, the one that the guy's selling in the parking lot as you're leaving the event, not before, because for some odd reason sometimes they're not there before the event, but after the event when you're trying to get the hell out of there. Hey, do you want to buy a shirt? No, man. Where were you before I went in when I didn't have a fucking shirt?
Yeah.
Where were you? Huh?
Yeah. No, I'm gone.
You weren't there.
I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, I don't want the shirt. The event's over. I'm going home. Or it's like, no, you know what I did?
The Jey Uso.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they did a couple with the Jey Uso Yeet shirts for a while there. I think they were doing like different colors based upon cities associated with sports teams, but they probably could have done more with that.
Oh yeah, John Cena did that for a while with like he would wear. Well, he was a heel. He would wear the local jersey.
Yeah, I mean, and they're doing that now with his retirement tour.
Yeah,
every city that he goes into, the shirt matches whatever their local sports team is.
Genius.
Yeah,
marketing genius.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm ready for the next match.
Yep. So next match was Rhea Ripley facing Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight. Did they even call it a Riyadh street fight or something street fight? I know they put something in front of it.
They called it the Riyadh Boulevard street fight.
God, why were there no stones involved? Yeah. They were not casting any stones.
That's what I said. I texted my co-host and I said I don't see any stones or AKs. So this isn't a Riyadh fight.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dre. I was gonna get into it.
Oh no, go ahead. You got it.
Okay, so we have Catwoman versus Catwoman. Dude's fucking black latex outfits, man. It's gotta be hot in that. Gotta be hot. I just picture Rhea because hers is like more of a shinier outfit. Her just walking by going eat, 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 eat. It's all squeaky. I did enjoy this fucking match, man. Who says that Raquel and Rhea can't put on a fucking good match together? The chair shots to the face. I guess we talked about this in the Discord, but I guess now chair shots are basically throwing chairs at people. I mean,
throwing
is that
it or
the new
kicking it at somebody's face?
Yeah, that's the new headshot, I guess. Yeah. The part where Rhea was tied up in the ropes and getting whacked in the damn ribs with that kendo stick. Ooh, man. Even I was like, my stomach was like, I'm feeling that, dude. I love the one spot where Rhea tries to jump off I think it's like the top rope, and then Raquel catches her into a powerbomb. Maybe that was outside the ring, but that was pretty impressive. Like, Raquel is like one of the few women on the roster who can, like, you know, whatever Rhea throws at her, it's like, you know, she can
take it.
Yeah, dude, she can take it. Like, she could run the ropes and like stand there and take it. So I thought that's, you know, this was gonna be definitely a good match, and it was. And we got the belt smacks, man. Rhea taking off that belt from Spencer's Gifts or whatever it looks like, the one with all the holes in it. That thing that had no wind resistance, man. That thing was just fucking swinging. All you heard was that thing was swinging.
It was pretty bad.
She beat her ass a couple times, and I feel like that's probably the receipt for the kendo stick. But then again, I was like, maybe, but like, she whooped her ass with that belt. Holy crap! I did not enjoy. There's a few spots I didn't enjoy. Okay, so instead of breaking the table, they broke the cover to the table, like with the logo on it.
That made no sense.
It made no sense. But what also didn't make sense was
good.
You know, yeah, I didn't get that. Like, why didn't we put them through the table? Was it just because they just didn't want the table busted, saving it for another match? I don't know. But yeah, like the way they had it set up, like Rhea was not looking behind her as she was about to do that spot. And I was like, holy crap, Lee, you better clear that, because if not, like, Raquel's spine is going to go right on that barrier, just snap her back in half. But she cleared it. You know, she put her through it. But then we had that weird table spot at the end. Like, some matches tonight had kind of some weird endings, and this one had a weird one. The table had one leg, and they set it on the top rope, and they had the one leg kind of down, pinned in between the ropes, which I thought was kind of clever. And then they stood on top of the table, which was kind of like parallel to the top of the rope, so that you don't really get any higher. And they didn't break the table. You know, I guess Rhea did her finisher, and you know, it was a good spot, but like the whole table thing was probably not even necessary. It'd been cooler if the table was on the ground. Maybe that was the initial plan before the leg broke, I guess. And very predictable. We said Roxanne would show up, right? Roxanne Perez. Definitely happened. And even further, they ran with the storyline on Monday Night Raw, where Roxanne Perez takes Liv Morgan's title and just weasels her way into Judgment Day. But also, before I move on, before you guys take over, I will say what also was a relief. Every table that came out did not have a Slim Jim logo. Not once did I think about Slim Jim. No kendo sticks with labels, no steel chairs, you know, no, dude, it was, fuck, dare if I say it, enjoyable. The Saudi show had small things that I enjoyed, and that was one of them. Dre, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, they don't need the sponsors, that's why.
No, not when we give you $50 million.
$50 million, don't you bring not one of them goddamn sponsors over here.
Fuck it. Is that how much it takes for WWE to be like, all right, no sponsors? 50 mil, huh? Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, the match itself was good. This is probably the best match I've seen out of Raquel Rodriguez since she went to the main roster. Easily.
I agree.
Easily the best match she's had. So she did a lot to show that, you know, she can actually have a good match, and she's not just cannon fodder for the other strong women on the main roster. That being said, I did not like the fact that Rhea won.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I get it. Rhea, super babyface right now, so she gonna win like 90% of her fucking matches against anybody who ain't a champion. And maybe they needed her to win to justify her coming out on Raw Monday to challenge Io for the World Heavyweight Champion, for the Women's World Championship again. Which, sidebar, Io Sky has not defended that title since WrestleMania.
Dude, that's fucking...
What the fuck?
That's insane.
That's
yeah, that is
crazy.
Here we are. We're giving shit to like guys like Brock Lesnar and stuff when he was champion, and like here she's on the active roster, and she's backstage most of the fucking time.
Yeah, they barely shown her on TV. Got her freaking anyway. Let me not get distracted before I go off on a tangent. Back to the match. So yeah, like I said, I did not like this winning, and to me it would have made more sense if Roxanne showing up would have aided Raquel winning the match, and then they would have made more sense for him to be like, hey, you helped Raquel Rodriguez beat Rhea Ripley. Welcome to the Judgment Day. Not like, yo, you showed up and got your ass kicked and we still lost. But come on in anyway. Like, that just kind of seems like, okay, well, you a loser with the rest of us, but we all got gold, so come on in. Like, that part of the storyline doesn't make much sense. But
this match didn't help anyone's storyline whatsoever.
Helped nobody's storyline at all.
Rhea winning didn't help anyone.
No, didn't help anyone. That didn't really help Rhea, other than, like I said, just provide an excuse for her to show up on Raw and demand a challenge Io for the Women's World Title, which I feel like she probably could have done that any fucking way because Rhea Ripley over as fuck.
Yeah.
So, or they could have at least, or they got, 2 weeks. They could have held a number one contenders match or something between her and somebody, found another way. That was my biggest gripe with it. And like I said, Wayne, you already brought up the table spot or whatever the hell that setup was on the side at the beginning of the match, which made again no sense because it was just the announcers, a top of what's normally the announcers table between barricades for no fucking reason other than just, hey, throw your opponent through this. Made no sense, but setting all that aside, the match was still a good match, and it was a very good. It was a good street fight match too. You know, the only thing that match probably didn't have was blood in it, which, you know, WWE ain't there yet as far as women bleeding. So
I don't think they're allowed to bleed out there.
Not intentionally.
Yeah.
Well, only once
Definitely
a month.
not allowed to bleed intentionally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. We're talking about color. I gotcha.
Yeah. Meanwhile, over in AEW, shit, you better fucking bleed.
My issue with the match was just the ending, like you guys say, with the Avalanche Riptide. My problem with it was that Raquel loses to every other woman with a finisher that's not even that it doesn't come close to the original Riptide, and really Rhea had to finish her with the Avalanche Riptide. It's just it just doesn't make sense because she loses. Like I said, she loses to roll ups and other stuff, and you had to do all this stuff to beat Raquel. Come on, they should have been building her up, Raquel, for a long time to justify the Avalanche Riptide, and it's just like stuff like that I have issues with when it comes to wrestling. There's just no need for anything like that.
I get that point, but I would argue that the fault isn't in Rhea needing the Avalanche Riptide to beat Raquel, but rather all those other mediocre finishes and pinfalls that Raquel took in the past. She should have never been taking, which I think was some of the point that you were making, that she should have been getting built up more before this point. But now the fact that they're here now, I'm not gonna hold that against them being here now. But they just, now that this is where they're at, this is where they need to stay with Raquel. Like, she can't be going from taking a Avalanche Riptide to lose to Rhea Ripley, and then 2 weeks from now, freaking Ivy Niles hitting her with a freaking backslide for the 4-3 count.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. That's always been the issue with how WWE books their talent. Is everything's so lopsided. There's no balance between wins and losses there.
Right. Raquel should be looked at as one of the most dangerous women on the roster.
Yeah.
She should be looked at just as dangerously as a Nia Jax or Rhea or any of the other big women. But she seems to be the one that's like, I mean, she big, but you can get her. She seems like the big easy win.
I do want to say I give kudos to the ref in this match, because the ref, when they did the Avalanche Riptide, he was holding on to the table because it was very very flimsy. And then the other spot was when they threw each other in the stair with the steel stairs on the side of the ring. The ref was held on to the stairs, because if those stairs would have fallen, they would have busted someone's head. Yeah, because that corner almost hit. I can't remember who it was, but that corner almost hit one of the girls, and that would have just tore them.
I think it almost hit Raquel, because she was the one who took the drop kick. Took
the
drop kick to the face, and you're right. The referee held on to it to keep it from falling off the apron onto her.
Yeah, man, that's a good ref right there.
How important these refs are, man. Sometimes they can make or break some of the matches, and we'll talk about that in a later match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although in a street fight, you could almost argue maybe that damn stair should have fallen on her. Sell the hardcore aspect
for sure.
of it.
Oh, I would love that.
That's AEW thinking. So, any other thoughts on this match?
I enjoyed everything, but that's just one minor detail. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun with this match. If that's how I can sum it up, I had fun. For sure.
Yep, agreed. So, next match, we had Sami Zayn facing Karrion Kross in a singles match, which, for some stupid ass fucking reasons, well, I ain't gonna say some stupid ass fucking reason. We all know why. Because Saudi Arabia, Sami Zayn got the damn win.
Yep.
Because he's about as close to the hometown hero as they got in WWE right now. So, like I said, in our prediction show,
I guess.
Oh, dude, I remember
Mansoor. Gender.
Mansoor and who was after him? Yeah, maybe it was just Mansoor.
What,
I remember
Mustafa
he was undefeated.
Mustafa, Mustafa Ali
yes.
too.
Yep. Then they fired them both.
Yeah.
You know, those guys were like, "Yeah, dude, my job is secure at least 2 days out of the year, man. It's my time to shine. My job is secure." Nope.
And they said, "Nope, we got one of y'all that looks like us. We don't need you."
Oh man.
This was another case of the wrong person won.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
At least for the marks.
For the marks, absolutely. Because no fucking reason for Sami Zayn to win other than they're in Saudi. He the hometown.
Yep.
No reason for Karrion Kross with all this supposed momentum that he has, all this fan support. It's almost like they're doing it in spite of. They're like, yeah, we know the fans like you. Yeah, we know the fans support you. Fuck that. We're going to bury you because of it. It's almost like that's how it feels. We're going to show you off on TV to make the fans happy and then just make you take L's and look dumb because you are not what we want right now. You can almost argue that they're doing the same damn thing with Ron Killings right now.
Ooh. I just think we're going to get back to the Ron Killings storyline after, I don't know.
After SummerSlam.
Yeah, so I was thinking.
The question, though, is what is the storyline? All he's done is just show up and, John Cena, get your ass out here. I'm driving now. Like
John Cena has not.
It's like he's Ron, but he's just as dumb as R-Truth was.
John Cena's kind of ignored him for a hot minute because he's been calling him out and he hasn't come out.
Yeah,
he's been calling him out, and he's also ran up and attacked him. But I don't know. I just feel like that storyline has not moved anywhere since he came back.
Yeah, I just think after Saudi they would revisit it.
I'm starting to see Ron as just a no different from R-Truth.
No.
Like I said, how many times you got to come out every week and say, "I'm driving now"?
Well, it depends how far is he driving, man. It might be a long drive. Calm down.
At some point, you start to sound like a fucking idiot.
I say
patience.
To
sound a little slow and simple.
And the only reason why I say patience is because right now you have to put butts in seats for SummerSlam. Yeah. And the only way you can do that right now for 2 nights is to have Cody Cena. I think we talked about this last time I was on the show. Is my wish is that Ron Killings is the one that takes the belt from Cena, and you built it so slowly so that the crowd can get back into him and get used to Ron Killings as opposed to leaving truth behind. So you build that little story little by little, week by week, where he's kind of find him, and kind of like where they were doing with the 24/7 belt, where he's kind of just all around the arena, things like that. Something along the line, and then they meet up at Survivor Series or something like that.
I would love to believe in that.
I mean, me too. But
just like what I'm seeing now with them, and same thing with Cross taking it back to the match. It just seems like WWE is being spiteful right now.
Yeah, with Cross, sometimes I think everything points in the direction this guy should be pushed, but then you think, and it's just my thinking, is maybe there's some kind of attitude issue in the background that we just don't know, because he gets blacklisted almost everywhere he goes.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if there was an attitude problem or something like that, they wouldn't even bother putting him on TV, even with the fan backlash. If he had some sort of attitude issue or some sort of attitude problem or something like that, they would just truly bury him. They wouldn't even bother putting him on TV. They would just be like, go the fuck home. As deep as their roster is, they have no reason to actually use him if they don't want to.
See, I look at it from the point of view of like when Rusev Day was a thing with Vince. They had to put him out there because he was so over. But Rusev was definitely attitude because he had the same issue in AEW. He didn't get booked because he was a terrible attitude backstage. So that's why I kind of compare these two in the same spot because it doesn't make any sense why Karrion Kross isn't being pushed.
Right. And
that's where I look at it because obviously the fans want it, the locker room wants it. They can print money with Karrion Kross. His music's awesome. His promos are amazing.
Don't forget about his hot wife.
You know, it's hot. I mean, that goes without saying. But it just doesn't make sense, man. I don't understand it.
But the one noteworthy difference between Kross and Rusev is Rusev Day and all that stuff. That shit was happening on Raw. That shit was happening on, the main program every week. These crowd reactions and stuff that have been swelling up for Kross have been happening on main event. The show don't nobody watch. All we've really gotten from him on Raw has been backstage segments, and little bits here and there, briefly here and there since WrestleMania. But if they really wanted to just put a kibosh to that, they could just not show him on TV. Keep him on main event and you get pops on main event. So the fuck what? Ain't nobody watching main event. Don't nobody care. Ain't no storylines being told on main event. Like they could easily bury him, but they're still choosing to put him on television on Raw, and even go as far as booking this match for Night of Champions. But to what end? It seems that's why it feels like it's spiteful. Like, oh, y'all like this guy? Okay, we're gonna put him out here, and he ain't gonna accomplish shit. We're gonna put him out here, let y'all cheer for him, and make him lose. And then we're gonna look back at y'all like, see, we told y'all he wasn't all that. Told y'all he couldn't get over. I'm like, well, because y'all booked him that way. Y'all booked him pitifully.
Yeah.
Y'all booked him terribly as hell. So of course it's, this thing that, y'all are trying to make into or portray as it's just a passing moment or a passing fad will become so because you book it to be so. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, at least it's not Mad Max suit. That's my positive take on this.
Good. I mean, dude, absolutely. That was a horrible.
Shout out to Kross because at least he's still out here doing God's work on Raw this past Monday, beating the fuck out of Sami Zayn with that lead pipe. So I still appreciate that, but where's it gonna go? Is he still attacking Sami Zayn just for them to have another match that he loses?
Yeah. Well, I think if he has another match, this is where he goes
I'll
over.
believe that WWE believes in Kross when he actually wins something. When he actually wins a match against a noteworthy person. Then I'll have faith that Then I'll have faith that they might actually be doing something with him. As long as he's having backstage segments and losing matches when it matters, then WWE is just being spiteful, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. I think this match was kind of like right where it should be too, on the card, like right in the middle.
I can't even remember what they did in this match. That's how much I didn't care for it.
Yeah, I mean, Karrion Kross is pretty much dominating the match, the whole match. I mean, even to the point
he beat the fuck out of Sami Zayn in this match.
Yeah, he got. I love when he got him. He got him with those German suplexes, man, just tossing his ass around the ring. He got him in the cross jacket at the Blue Thunder Bomb, which never finishes anybody. But I think is a lot cooler of a finisher than the Haluva kick. But yeah, he had him in the cross jacket, and they did the whole, oh my god, he's out. and they raise the hand 3 times, and he hulks up, you know.
Speaking of that part,
yeah.
when the fuck we bring back the 3 count for the arm check?
I know, that's what I was thinking.
When did that shit come back? How many times we seen people be in sleeper holds and that arm go up one time, fall to the mat, and they call for the bell?
Whenever they want to.
But Sammy, somehow he get the privilege of a 3 count.
Right, yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
And then, you know, it turned so quickly. The match, Cross had the match, and then it just turned so quickly from a roll up to a haluva kick, and it was over.
One haluva kick, and that's it.
That's it, dude.
Got his ass whooped the whole match. One haluva kick, and they're like, oh, he done.
Yeah, like
fucking disrespectful.
That move is so protected, and it's so dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
The haluva kick. It's a hell of a kick. We know what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, hell of a kick. Yeah.
But
the Blue Thunder Bomb is by far superior.
Right? I
but
think it's
the problem is
cooler
that he can't. The problem with it is that he can't do it to everybody. Which is,
yeah.
you know, you want a finisher you can do to everybody. That's the only reason.
That's true. I mean, as a finisher, I'll admit I'm a little more partial to the haluva kick because it has more impact. Like the Blue Thunder Bomb, it's a slam. I mean, I'm not buying somebody of Sami Zayn's size beating people with a Blue Thunder Bomb. The fact that he even pulls that damn move off, honestly, kind of bugs me to a certain extent. Like,
bugs you? Bayley has a belly-to-belly finisher, dude.
Yeah, which ain't her finisher no more. She's still trying to make this rose plant thing work, which ain't it. Honestly, Bayley should probably just go to the freaking Randy Savage elbow. Because the rose plant don't look good. The belly to Bayley or Bailey to belly, whichever one it is, that don't hit like it used to, especially not in today's women's division with the moves they be pulling out their ass. I don't know. She might need to go with just a good old fashioned elbow drop.
Yeah, man. Now we're seeing moves like the Soul Snatcher.
Right. Soul Snatcher, the KOD, Riptide.
Yeah, these women are bringing new, better fucking moves, and it's like step up your game.
And shit, she can't even really hit the elbow drop as the finisher when goddamn Kairi Sane out here with the insane elbow.
Yeah,
shitting all over everybody elbow drops.
Yeah, Bayley. There's a lot. There's a lot with Bayley we need to improve, starting with her moves and her music.
Calm down now.
Just her moves and her music. That's all I want from Bayley.
Yeah, because she improved her outfit this week on Monday Night Raw.
On this show now.
Yeah, she improved her outfit this week on Raw, and I approve.
Oh my lord, I approve. I always approve of Bayley's outfits.
Mm-hmm.
This one was just a little bit more revealing.
When I was at Raw a few weeks ago and she attacked Becky. I got last minute tickets, and we sat at the way top, and I could see that thing from where the hell I was from. Mm-hmm. That's how nice that was.
One day she gonna wake up and just decide to break the internet.
100%.
One day she's just gonna wake up and decide, like, you know what? Fuck this internet. I'm breaking it today.
And I will be here for it.
Gentlemen,
when she decided to do it,
we should probably get back to this pay-per-view before we get sidetracked by Bayley's big-ass booty.
I don't give a fuck about sorry-ass Sami Zayn getting this bullshit-ass win over Karrion Kross. I'm joking.
I agree.
Before we move on, I will say there was a point in time...
Damn Sammy privilege needs to stop.
I will say there was a point in time when Bayley and Sasha Banks were tag team partners, and I was like, damn, if only Bayley would get into the same type of shorts that Sasha Banks wears. No, never happened.
He apparently did to a Beyonce concert a few years ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. Too bad the one picture she took was of her sitting down.
I know.
She knew not to get a picture standing up. Internet would have broke right there.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yep.
Anyway.
So how much this match mattered.
Yep.
We all over here talking about Bayley instead of fucking Sami Zayn and his damn privilege. All right. So moving on to the next match, we had Solo Sikoa facing Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. And I'm pretty sure to everyone's surprise, Solo won.
What?
Right?
You're crazy, man.
Solo Sikoa is our new United States Championship, thanks to the help of, I forgot that, JC Mateo.
Yeah.
A returning Tungaloa and a debuting Hikuleu, who was apparently going by the dumbest fucking name since Giant Gonzalez, where they're now calling him, apparently, Tala Tonga. Wonder why he's taller. Because he's taller than everybody else in the fucking bloodline?
Oh, dude, what a lazy
How many
fucking name.
brain cells did it take to come up with that stupid-ass name? Like, damn, did they really... I feel like they thought of that name right before he went out to the ring.
That sounds like a Vince
They're like,
thing,
all right,
though.
get ready to go, go, go. And he's already out there, and somebody was like, wait, what the fuck do we call him? And they was like, shit.
So not to burst your bubble, but that's his first name is Tala. His real first name is Tala.
Yeah,
but what you said makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it sounds like something Vince would have done. Be like, what's your name?
Everybody's real name. Well, let's
Hicka.
not everybody has great real names.
Hickalooey. No, you're a tall son bitch. We're gonna call you Tala. What is that?
Sometimes you get born with a name like John Cena, and you can just make that work.
Yeah, you'll be
you're born with the name Tala, and you end up being 7 feet tall, and you just need to keep that to yourself.
Yeah, 6'8", 264 pounds. So he is a big guy. You know,
his name is spelled Taula, as opposed to the Tala as the.
Yep. And ain't nobody at that announce table cultured enough to try to put the nuance on that.
The worst part was Michael Cole botching the name. He had no idea what to call him.
This is Tonga's brother.
They didn't officially give his name until the post press conference, right? Didn't Solo? Wasn't Solo the one that revealed what his name was?
No, Michael Cole said it.
It just took him
but
a
he
while.
botched it.
Yeah, he botched it.
It took him a while. Yeah, Michael Cole was. I usually defend Michael Cole because I enjoy him, but today this night was not good for him. Wasn't his night.
That just leaves more evidence, in my opinion, that they thought of that name in the fucking moment.
Oh, God.
He was already halfway to the ring, and they was like, shit, what are we calling
100%.
him?
100%.
And Michael Cole might have muted this mic for a second. Yo, what the fuck is his name?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, no, BS for a while. We'll get back to you. And he was probably in the middle of talking, and somebody just whispered in, Tala Tonga. Huh? What the fuck? It's Tala What the? Huh?
Yeah,
that's probably how it went.
It could have been one of those things where, as he said it out loud, he realized how stupid it was.
Dumb it was. Exactly. It's Tala. What the? All right, am I really saying this?
Oh,
you're saying it while simultaneously thinking to yourself, "Am I really saying this shit?"
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, unfortunately, it's too late to put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Yep.
I did like
fucking finna be
hearing Jacob Fatu tell the ref to shut your ass up, bitch. It was like right in the very beginning. He told the ref to shut your ass up, and then I think about it. All right, that one didn't have a female ref. That was the last match, but yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
I
mean, the match itself was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
very entertaining.
Solo still mocking the shit out of people, which I fucking love. Yeah, that's his new thing.
I love Solo so much.
Solo did not look weak in this match at all. He looked genuinely strong against Jacob. Jacob looked strong against Solo, taking that beat down and making his comeback and, fighting off the rest of the whoever the fuck. I don't want to call them Bloodline 2.0. Like,
it's 3.0 at this point.
3.0, 2.5.
The Tongas and JC.
What I see online is everyone calling them the 3.0s.
I guess.
JC and the
Bloodline
Tongas.
with a lowercase b, whatever the fuck we want to call them now.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody looked good. Everybody looked strong. And we got the surprise, again, finish of Solo now being U.S. champion. So now we get Jacob Fatu in the chase. to get his title back, which I think works great for both of them.
Yeah.
I think Jacob becoming U.S. champion was a little too soon. They were just kind of, capitalizing on his popularity in the moment to throw a belt on him. And it was probably sooner than he should have been champion. Solo needs some redemption. He needs some rehabilitation as far as being credible, because ever since he started talking, it's just been downhill for him ever since. So him getting this win, he can now have a run as champion, and hopefully it's not just exclusively focused on Jacob and Jimmy and whoever else steps up to challenge them.
Yeah,
I would like to see him be I'd like to see somebody else kind of, jump in the mix and let Solo put the beat down on them a little bit too as champion. Obviously, this is going to be eventually going to get back to Jacob and them. But I wouldn't mind somebody else interjecting themselves into the picture in the meantime or in between, just to kind of buy more time and to help Solo firmly establish himself as U.S. champion.
Yeah. Bring it back as the TV title and have him defend it every week.
Oh, that's asking a lot.
I mean, like, it's nice that the elevation and the attention that the United States title is getting.
It arguably, yes, that would work to a certain extent if they were really committed to building it up like that. But I don't think they would. I don't know that Solo's the person for that. For something like that, you would need a guy who's like a real good in-ring workhorse.
Well, you need a baby face for that to accept all the challenges. First of all,
that too,
like Cena did.
Yeah, that too. Maybe if this was like Damian Priest's U.S. champion, then I could see something like that happening every week.
Sure, love that.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on this? Go ahead.
My one of the favorite things that I liked about this was the Titantron. Jacob Fatu coming out with that ginormous Titantron looked amazing. I love it. I wish we had that back in other PLEs.
Yeah, and that was another subtle thing that I did notice on this one. Like, this is the first time we've seen the screen of that size ever since they've downsized, from Raw. Because, it used to be Raw and SmackDown like that every damn week. But ever since they downsized, seeing it that big, it makes it feel more important.
Yes.
Makes it feel more
100%.
special. Yeah.
100%.
That was a nice touch on this show, was the giant Titantron.
Damn, are we saying that Saudi knows how to present a fucking WWE wrestling match?
No.
A PLE event?
Because it
seems like WWE doesn't know how to
PLE,
do it.
yes. Match, no.
PLE,
yes.
I mean.
Saudi, and this wasn't really so much Saudi's doing, more so than Saudi's undoing of what TKO's been doing.
I know, right? They're like, oh, we're going to change all of this.
That's a very good point. I love that. You're absolutely right. Because
Yeah.
when they go to Saudi, the prince wants one thing, and that's what he's going to show here.
Exactly. Like, the money I'm giving y'all, this how this shit gonna be.
This is why I asked for Yokozuna to wrestle at my first Saudi show. So I want him. I'm paying you all this money.
Right. I did not give y'all $50 million for Slim Jims and Prime Energy drinks.
Dude, I love when we get Jacob Fatu being a guy of that size doing the Swanton Bomb. Doing a Jeff Hardy Swanton Bomb. I think I think it was him who took the suplex. I thought his damn neck broke. What else I want to point out I had on here? Oh yeah, dude. Solo yelling at him, "You're all gas, no brains." I thought that was pretty funny. And then when we did get the new bloodline come out, Jacob like cleaning house on these guys, and then the way he just dives up over those ropes, not touching those ropes. I think it's just cool, a guy of that size doing that kind of shit.
He sold the shit out of that Samoan Spike at the end.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, he sold that finisher so well. And now I'm kind of curious to what's going to go on with him and the Usos, because he didn't want Jimmy Uso coming out and helping him, which he didn't. So, with the rumors of the Usos forming back together, where does Jacob Fatu go in all of this? Is he like the new bloodline enforcer? Because I kind of saw the enforcer, in Solo again tonight. Like, I was like, all right, like, this is the old Solo. This is like, and they said this is his first Solo title, and that's not true. He was North American champion when he was in the bloodline. The NXT North American champion.
For like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Main title on the main roster, yeah, like, but definitely not his first. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes now. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Like this damn bloodline. There's just more and more Samoans. What's
like
next?
You said,
right?
the Solo taunting everybody when at the post show, where he's like 4 letters, 1 word, stop. That was amazing.
Right.
I love. Yeah. That's why I love Solo, because his facial expressions.
Has personality.
He does. He
has real personality. When he finds a way to integrate that into who he is as a character, that may be the thing to take him to the next level. Because this thing that he's doing now, you could tell he's performing, but you can tell it's not really him.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Trying to play like
when
this.
They're having fun.
Yeah,
right.
It. And he's definitely having fun with it.
Because we were so
he's starting to have fun with
it
now.
Yeah,
which
so
seems organic.
To the stone cold faced, hands crossed, arms crossed, silent type. Like when he was in the bloodline, there was a hot minute where he didn't say anything for months. He didn't say anything. He had no lines, and I was fine with it.
And he had that aura to him. Yeah. But obviously that's not going to last forever. Like
no,
even Kane started talking at some point.
Yeah,
so that's never going to last forever for anybody. But it's the difference between you talking and bringing your personality through in what you're saying versus you just trying to play a character.
Right.
And him, I think at the beginning of Bloodline 2.0 was him just trying to play this character. Like, I'm this boss, I'm this, that, and yada, yada. But it's not Solo. It's not it's not the guy bringing himself out through the character.
Yes.
And now I think we're seeing that a bit more of him now with some of the trash talking he does in the ring, some of the what he says in the post-match press conference, the taunting and all that stuff. Yeah. You can tell that's really Solo.
Yeah.
I bet him I would imagine probably between him and his brothers, he's probably the biggest shit talker of the 3.
I was going to say, Trey, I was literally thinking about that. He's the little brother that's bigger than the big brothers.
Uh-huh.
He talks shit to them.
Right. So he had to get picked on. They the twins.
Yeah.
He the outsider.
Exactly.
So he got picked on a lot. So he had to be a way to talk shit.
Yep.
I bet he's probably a hell of a shit talker.
Yep. Oh, 100%. Can't wait to see what they're doing, to be honest.
But what's also on a side note, just the whole fact that the past few years, they've just been feuding with each other, and it just as a whole, that's got to be fun as hell, right? Like, you're getting paid to not only live out your dream being a professional wrestler, but you're having fun with your family, your whole family, and now you got more and more members of your family. It's just got to be fun, Yeah,
because that growing up, obviously they would do these moves on each other. This is all stuff they've done before in the past when they were kids.
Oh yeah,
because they grew up in the business. They knew how to tell stories. They're probably redoing every single thing they've done before themselves, which is amazing. Not everyone can say that.
Nope. So
good shit.
Yeah, for the first time in a long time, Solo Sikoa is interesting again.
Yeah,
true that.
All right, so moving on to the next match, we had Storm of the X-Men facing Mystique of the Brotherhood for Queen of the Ring tournament final, which was won by Storm of the X-Men, a.k.a. Jade Cargill, when she defeated Asuka.
You're not wrong.
Botch defeat.
It was
only a botch defeat Well, I'll take that back. I didn't see it live. I did not see it live. So I watched it. I watched the replay. So it's possible that maybe in the replay it was edited. So what I saw was I could tell that it did not look right, even in the angle that I saw in the replay. But in the scope of the entire match, I really don't give a shit about that whatever finish. It's minor. And I say that because a lot of people are using that to once again attack Jade Cargill. And I think, quite frankly, this match is probably the best match I've seen Jade Cargill have in WWE. I think if you take away that finish, I think this is even with the finish, this is the best, cleanest match I've seen her have in the WWE. At no point in this match did I think she looked lost. At no point did I see her, seeming like she was trying to work the match instead of just having the match. She knew where her places were at. She was selling great for Asuka. Like, I got nothing but praise for Jade Cargill in this match. Despite all the criticism other people might want to throw out there, I have nothing but praise for her in this match.
It
Asuka
has
did
a
a
lot
great
to
job
do
with who
it has
she's
a lot
in the
to
ring
do
with.
Exactly. Asuka is amazing. So, but you're right. You're right. I think this is Jade Cargill's best, cleanest match. But again, at the end of the day, people remember the finish the most, and that's what bothers me about this.
Right.
People remember the finish for a while.
Yes.
Because you know what ain't nobody talking about now? Randy Orton versus Gunther last year. That had a botch finish. And people talked about it in the moment, and within a few weeks had moved on.
Sure.
So yeah, people are going to talk about it now, and maybe because it's Jade Cargill, they're going to latch onto it a little bit more and try to use that to, again, bash her more. By SummerSlam, people would have moved on.
Yeah, unless she botches again, which is the problem. Which is like, you're right. You're 100% right. But if she keeps botching, that's all they're going to remember for.
Yeah. But remember, Nia Jax was like that, and a little bit more work.
Yeah, she got better.
She got better. Now we're not spending I'm not spending every episode bashing on Nia Jax because she fucked up
exactly.
Again. She didn't. I have honestly say this the whole year. I have not said that she destroyed anybody this year. She did not put anybody on the injured roster on purpose. So.
Yeah. No, but Jade Cargill, she's it. She has the entire package. Like, she looks, her promos are pretty decent. Every time I see Jade Cargill, I'm excited to see her. So, like, she has everything going. I don't know what they do behind the scenes if she's working on her craft, because some female wrestlers don't do that. So hopefully, I just want to see the best of Jade Cargill still to come.
I think
when she becomes champ, oh my God, it's going to be so great.
Yeah, I think she's clearly working on her craft. I mean, if you look at her just from last year to now, or from when she first debuted in WWE to now, she looks markedly better now.
Yeah.
In the ring. So she's clearly working on her craft, and she's clearly getting better. And like I said, I see it. I think a lot. There aren't too many wrestlers who we've seen having to develop with this bright of a light, or this large of a lens on them in real time.
Right.
A lot of the people that we think are newer to us have had years in the smaller circuits, or years in the indies, years in, NXT or something else like that, where they got to make all those mistakes without the entire wrestling world watching them and talking about it and criticizing every little thing. Jade Cargill hasn't had that. Pretty much from the moment she got into this, she was fast. She got 1 year, I think, of training before she was fastballed to AEW and immediately thrown on TV in front of everybody. and then had a few years in AEW, and then that ends. She comes to WWE, and a couple of months of down in the PC, and then boom, right on the main roster. No NXT time, none of that. Just immediately, boom, all the eyes. And she's learning, and she's developing, and she's growing in real time. And she still has, I think, less than 10 years of wrestling experience.
Right.
So, I don't know. To me, I'm far more patient with her than I think other people are.
Right.
It's because I'm not judging her by the same standard that I'm judging other wrestlers with more years and more experience. I'm here for the journey. I'm here for the growth. I expect mistakes to happen. As long as I see development and I see improvement, I'm okay with it. And that's what I've seen from her continuously. So where she's at now, I'm okay with it. And
go ahead. Sorry,
I was going to say, will she become champion at some point? Absolutely. We know that.
Yeah, she needs to.
And she does. She does need to. But I've already said where I think that's going to go. And I don't think she's going to become champion the way some people think she will as of yet. My prediction is still that she goes on to face Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam. She will win and defeat Tiffany Stratton and become champion, and then immediately be cashed in on by Naomi, who will then take the title.
Perfect.
I would love that.
And Naomi will become the champion coming out of SummerSlam, and she will get the run, and then it'll be about Jade chasing Naomi, and maybe Jade does become the one to dethrone Naomi, or maybe it's somebody else. Maybe it's a Bianca or somebody that comes in. But Jade will be the chaser, I think, for the rest of the year.
Yeah, dude, I mean, I always say, like, if you're rooting for somebody, it's always when they're in the chase, you know? Because that's how it was with Cody. Well, we were all behind him during the chase of the title. But once he got it, you know, once he got into his run, it kind of lackluster. Like, the fun was gone. Like,
that's because he pretended to be in the chase still when he won.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, that was the issue.
People didn't appreciate
with Cody.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah, people did not appreciate his title run the way I think they should have. It was that come down from the high.
Yeah, and Jade's getting a nice slow build, and I like it. And you mentioned it, Dre, on the Discord, that, you know, between the three women that were together, you know, Naomi is the Money in the Bank winner. You know, Bianca was the Royal Rumble winner, and now Jade's the Queen of the Ring. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome for that group. Like, each of them have an accolade of some kind to add to their repertoire.
A major accomplishment this year, yep.
Yeah, it's a huge accomplishment, especially like when it comes to Slammy Award season. You know, like, that's pretty big. But I mean, I enjoyed this match. Like I didn't see really many botches. Like, I watched it later too, so maybe the botch that's been discussed about the weird ending, maybe that's what I'm not getting. Because I did watch it like later at night. Putting her with the right person is what made this the good match. Putting her with Asuka, it was brilliant. Asuka's a lot smaller than her, but she made it work with all these unique holds and the stiff kicks. The strong style. Yeah, the strong style that she was using, and I fucking enjoyed that shit. So like, I was on board. Like, I was believed that this match could have definitely gone either way. But I was happy with the results. And, you know, Asuka's nothing to, you know, sneeze at. There was a point where Asuka had, like, this long-running winning streak. You know, when she came up to the main roster. And, like, it was a big deal. Like, Charlotte had to put her down at WrestleMania at some point. But this slow build for Jade is going well. And I agree, Dre. Like, she's probably going to win her first title, and it's going to get snatched right the hell away. And it sucks because nobody forgets your first title win. You know, you never forget that first title win. I never forgot John Cena's first title win. You know, I never forgot, like, Becky Lynch's first title win, or, you know, just Shawn Michaels' first title win. Like there's something about that first.
I mean, Shawn's happened at WrestleMania. It's hard to forget
yeah,
one.
but like just anybody, just that first time achieving that status. Like, you know, there's so many who have tried to get there and failed. You know, you know, like LA Knight.
To your
how many
point,
title shots is
to
that
your
man
point,
had? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, to your point, if what Dre says is true, that's gonna be a very memorable first title win.
Right.
Oh yeah,
and then just
she wins it at SummerSlam and immediately has it snatched away.
Yep,
it'll definitely be memorable. And I think there's obviously there's something to be said for somebody's first title win.
Yeah,
but there also are some title wins that you could argue maybe aren't as memorable, but the body of work or maybe another title win at a later point was a little bit more memorable. Like, for example, does anybody remember Bret Hart's first title win?
I don't think so.
No.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure it was against Bob Backlund, if I'm not mistaken.
See, I was thinking Bob Backlund, but Bob Backlund beat him for the belt, and then he won it back from Bob Backlund. I remember because I used to put my older brother in the chicken wing, and
everybody used to do the crossface chicken wing back.
Yeah, so I remember specifically that's what it was.
You could be right about that, and maybe that, you know, further proves my point. The one that I remember was him beating Bob Backlund, not whoever the hell he beat the first time to win it.
Yeah, and it's a great point because when you said that, I immediately thought, you know, he won the world heavyweight a few times, but my most memorable was when he beat Cena. And you're right. I love that.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is
not.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say Jade's been signed to WWE since 2023, and I feel like we still have so much more like feuds and just matches we haven't seen yet that I want to see. I mean, I just think that's super exciting. Dude,
think about it, she has yet to have a real major high profile singles feud.
Yeah.
She's paired up with the big three. She was tag teamed with Bianca Belair. And she's just now going on an extended singles run.
Right, and I think the timing is perfect.
Her feud with Naomi is her first. Yeah, her feud with Naomi is really her first major singles feud. Period. Really.
Yeah, because I think that's what was like one of my main concerns when she did sign with the company. Is like, oh shit, they're gonna like fast track her, and like it's just
they didn't.
And like people
we all thought
are
she was
not
gonna get the
going
Goldberg
to
treatment.
like, the casual fan. Or like strictly WWE fans not gonna know who she is and not gonna attach to them as quickly, you know. Like, but like some of these AEW stars that they're bringing in, they're doing it right. Jade's been doing right. I think Penta is another one that they're doing right. Like this slow build of these new characters that I don't know who they are, even though they're a big deal somewhere else. So
I think they what they need to do with Jade is let her loose a little. Just like you can't keep coddling too, because if you look at the match, her matches are short. This was an 8.5 minute match. Like give her some time to, you know, give me some storytelling out. Is not rush this, because this could be a reason why she bought it too, is because they're rushing her, and some people can't really do that. You got to give them time.
Yeah, I think that will, and I agree with that to a certain extent, but I think that will come with time. Because when you get into a longer match, there's a lot of nuance involved in that to have a longer match and have it be interesting and compelling for the entire duration of the match, and not have a empty space or a big dead zone in the middle of it between your initial start off and your build to the finish. So I think as she develops and as she learns more and starts to pick up on those more nuanced aspects of matches and storytelling, then I think you'll get longer matches from her. And like I said, some of that you saw signs of in this match, in her selling. Part of being able to pull off a longer match is your ability to sell for your opponent and make your opponent look good. So that way, if you're the one slated to have the comeback towards the finish, it means more. So, like I said, the way she was able to sell for Asuka in this match, to me, is a sign of growth and a sign of development. And maybe as that gets better, as she gets better at that, then some of these matches will eventually start to become longer. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if her match with Tiffy at SummerSlam, I wouldn't be surprised to see that match get a good solid 15 minutes.
I mean, they would have to.
Yeah, especially being a title match.
Title match, 2 nights, they have to do something.
Yeah. Ain't but so many commercials.
Yeah. Well, I don't get commercials in Mexico. I get those old school promos, the video packages they used to do.
Yeah, I would get those too if I felt like paying the extra for Peacock, but I don't.
Yeah. So I get it. I get everything through Netflix here. So the same price, I get everything. Which it's refreshing because like the promo they had for Asuka and Jade, the video package, it was great. It got me excited. And that's one refreshing thing about watching it on Netflix is these matches. Like for example, Sammy carrying Cross, I didn't care for it, but the video package made me watch it, sit there and watch it as opposed to going bathroom break. And they need to bring that back for everybody.
Yeah, might need to get on that VPN game too because I was thinking about it myself. Like how Carlos was telling you, Wayne, to get on that for freaking SmackDown.
Yeah.
I just kind of realized now that now that the NBA Finals are over with, I have no reason to keep YouTube TV except for SmackDown right now. Like I'm not watching shit else. And now, granted, I'm gonna pick it right back up as soon as football season come back around because I gotta have my NFL Sunday ticket. But I could get me a good probably month or two break in between then. But fucking SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, I watched SmackDown at 10 in the morning when it came out on Netflix. I'm working watching SmackDown, so I love it. And most VPNs give you 30-day free.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out something because there's no reason for me to be paying for this damn YouTube TV for one fucking show a week.
And you get NXT.
Yeah, well, NXT's on CW. That's freaking. That's over OTA, over the air, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can rewatch it on Netflix. If you miss it, you don't have to watch it live.
Yeah, that is true.
Because it's on right now.
Mm-hmm. It literally is.
It's on like right now.
I usually watch Raw and SmackDown like the next day when I'm working. Have it background noise.
I have to read about SmackDown or watch highlight videos. It sucks because like I'm not. We discussed this ad nauseum, but like I'm not spending like a shitload of money just to watch SmackDown, just not for SmackDown, and like. I don't have Hulu, and like apparently I have to have Hulu Live TV to even watch the shorter episodes now. Like, okay, that sucks too.
Yep. Hulu plus Live TV, which, again, I would maybe consider switching from YouTube TV to Hulu plus Live TV, except for NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the NFL Sunday Ticket is exclusive to YouTube TV. I'll be thankful for the day when that shit is no longer exclusive to one thing, or you can just get it however you like. But for now, it went from DirecTV for all those years to now it's YouTube TV.
They want more money.
Yeah, that's all they want. Speaking of people who want more money, let's talk about this main event.
Yep. Main event. John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. Yep, I still refuse to call it Undisputed because you got a whole other belt right there on Raw.
Yeah, that's the dumbest name for it.
Right, just drop the fucking Undisputed. Just call it the fucking WWE Championship. Just do it already.
Is it a trademark thing that they're like the reason why they have to keep calling it that, or what is it?
I don't see why it would be a trademark thing. Like, undisputed don't mean nothing special. It's still the WWE Championship.
Yeah,
y'all still own that, right?
To me, it's just like a knock, a little. I don't know, like a little hint, like, hey, this title's the better one. Like, I don't know.
See, I hate that.
It's a subtle thing, you know what I mean? Like, this is the A
Makes
title.
no sense whatsoever to still be calling that thing the undisputed WWE Championship.
I agree.
Universal Championship is dead. You've got a whole other belt on Raw, the World Heavyweight Championship. Just simplify it. The WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. It worked just fucking fine in 2003.
Yep. I mean, it worked because you didn't have 360 plus year reigns or 360 plus day reigns. You know what I mean? Back then, Cena, Orton were losing it every 50, 60 days, things like that. When you hold the belt
John
hostage.
Cena had like one good lengthy reign of almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, most people were having it for a few months at a time.
And I loved it. It made you want to watch every week because you didn't know who was going to win or lose. Raw.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, this match, it didn't suck. And it actually, I'd say this was actually a really good match. It was a good match. Like, them two going at it, they did good work in the ring. John Cena did a good job of selling. He didn't really seem like he was playing it too safe or phoning it in that much. Obviously, there was shenanigans abound towards the end of the match, some of which added to the match, some of which made no fucking sense. Looking at you, Penta.
See, I disagree. That made perfect sense to me. Everyone sees the Penta thing as a run-in, but it wasn't a run-in. It was a distraction for Braun.
Dude.
Yeah, but why Penta?
No.
Because that's who he's feuding with.
But okay, listen.
Jey Uso right there, though.
Yeah.
I know. But Dre, this is
and
what
Jey
got
Uso
me
wouldn't have took time to fucking strut down the damn ramp.
Dude.
While Cena's in there getting his fucking brains beat in the ring.
Penta's fucking dancing down the fucking ramp. He's fucking shaking hands with fucking fans and shit. He even had time to say his fucking catchphrase.
Right. Meanwhile, Cena in the ring getting pummeled. This motherfucker out here farming aura.
Again, you guys are looking at it from the wrong point of view. It's like, it wasn't a run-in to save Cena. It was to distract Braun. That's why he was doing all that stuff.
He couldn't distract Braun a little sooner? Save Cena maybe 4 or 5 punches to the face?
But he wasn't there to save him, though, is what I'm saying.
That's a weird-ass
like, he
distraction,
wasn't there.
man.
What?
That's a weird-ass distraction.
Everyone says, like, they compare it to Jeff Hardy coming out to saving Matt Hardy and him dating. It's like, it's not the same thing. One was there to save his brother. So you can't put them in the same thing because it was two different.
I mean, I get the point. I get the point you're trying to make, but even if he's there to distract Braun Breaker, by distracting Braun Breaker, he's saving John Cena because that's one less person pummeling John Cena in the ring. So it may not. Yeah. He may not have ended up there with the intent like, oh shit, John Cena's in trouble.
Yeah.
Let me come to the rescue. It may have just been like, Braun Breaker out there. I'm finna go get me a piece of that. I get that.
Yeah.
But it still gives off the same impression though. You make the run in and you don't actually run in. Instead, you're at the top farming aura. And then it's like, oh shit, I forgot I'm supposed to be fighting somebody right now. And then you run in there to fight. It's almost like Braun Breaker had to go up there and be like, hey bitch, you're supposed to be fighting me right now. He's like, oh yeah, right. I mean, it was a funny moment. Obviously, it didn't ruin the match by any means, but it was a funny moment. It was definitely funny as hell. But other run-ins did make sense. Like obviously the Seth Rollins one, you know. kind of knew he wasn't going to really cash in, but it made sense.
Right.
Because as he said himself, as long as he has breath in his lungs, CM Punk will never be champion. So him showing up made sense. And coming with the goons as well. Now, don't know what the fuck kind of... Well, no, I can't really say so much in this match. Because spot of the night in this match, after the first referee got laid out, here comes Charles Robinson.
And that's what I was saying
given what he has left of a 50-yard dash, in order to get freaking alpha male pounced into the next dimension by John Cena.
The same run-in from like Mania 25, was it? When he ran in?
Yep, except about 5 seconds lower.
Yeah, dude, it was
down from
great.
like a faux 2 to a faux 8.
Yeah. Oh, I love Lil Nate. He's my favorite ref of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, these guys won for almost 26 minutes. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. It definitely
me too.
Gave me revisiting a bunch of vibes from these guys are going. This is the 15th match they've had against each other, and I feel like I've seen almost all of them. Notably the best one's probably Money in the Bank or whatever in 2011 Summer of Punk, that feud. But it took me back, man, and I think the winner was rightfully so. I think it should have stayed with Cena, and it did because last time CM Punk won that feud. The roles were just reversed for this whole thing, and that's what we're getting. We're getting the same thing with Orton. We're getting the same thing here with Punk. These roles reversed, and I'm glad we didn't get no low blow. We didn't get no Travis Scott interference. So there's some things I can say that I'm very happy about.
He tried the low blow.
Yeah, he tried it.
It was smart of that they had Punk not fall for it, and he actually sees through it, saw through it, and caught it and countered him and shit. I mean, there was definitely some impressive moments in there. I mean, seeing freaking 48-year-old John Cena getting Bronson Reed up for an attitude adjustment.
Dude, that was impressive.
I didn't think he was going to do it. Yeah.
Right. I was praying for them knees when he was doing that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and Cena, not afraid of taking some bumps during this fucking match, man. Like, I people keep saying how Cena keeps playing it safe. I'm like, yeah, man. Well, like, at the end of this year, the man still has to have a career of some kind. Like, no, yeah, he's playing it safe so he can be here for the rest of the year. The last thing, honestly, the last thing I want is him to get injured during, like, a Raw or, like, something like this, and then that's it. Like, he's done for the year. That's it. Like, he's injured. Like, so if he has to play it safe to get me to the end of the year, for the most part, then do it. Like, but no, this match,
I wouldn't call Bronson Reed on your shoulders safe, but...
Yeah. Bronson Reed on your shoulders. But, I mean, I saw he lifted with his legs, he didn't use his back in an awkward, jerking, twisting motion. But, that was impressive, man. John Cena, always there to impress you when it comes to lifting, like, huge fucking guys in the ring.
Feats of strength.
Feats of strength, man, always. Whether it's, like, Big Show and Edge on his shoulders at the same time, like, two guys.
Great Khali.
Like, he's, I've seen him just lift an impressive amount of people. It's crazy. Yeah. But, man, I enjoyed this whole match. I enjoyed this whole feud between these guys. Yeah. I'm glad I got what I wanted. I wanted him to revisit some older feuds, and so far, I'm getting it. I think maybe the only other one I would be willing to dust off is an AJ Styles feud. Other than that, I'm pretty good. Like, give me some new feuds. After, unfortunately we got Cody, but like, give me some new feuds. I want to see some new meat go against Cena. I guess I should say new meat.
We got Thugonomics on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, the CM Punk.
That was funny.
That was funny.
I loved it.
That was hilarious. So if you haven't seen that, go back and watch that. But that was pretty funny. Again, roles reversed, and it worked. We're just doing the same storyline. But
Yeah,
worked.
I think if we get anything new from Cena, it'll be when he returns as a babyface.
Exactly,
Maybe
dude. Right now, we're just running it back.
And just work matches with the new. That would be nice if whenever he comes back as a babyface, if it's like he's just here now just for the people. He ain't chasing no titles no more. It's just like for these last couple of appearances I have left, I'm just gonna have a different match with somebody new on the roster.
Yeah.
Almost reminiscent of his U.S. title run where he was facing somebody different every week, but instead it's just, hey, you, new guy, come on, one-on-one, let's go.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it. No reason, no storyline, no feud, no nothing, just his way to give something to the next generation of the current guys. The current stars.
Yeah.
Just give him a match just cuz. I would love that if that's how he goes out. And then whatever his final match is with whoever he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, letting these young wrestlers live out their dream. A lot of these guys, their dream is to wrestle John Cena.
Right.
Give it to them.
I would love a John Cena Carmelo Hayes match.
Dude.
Just for the hell of it. I would
give me
love
John
that
Cena and Gunther.
Match.
Give me John Cena and LA
I feel like
Knight.
that would have to have a storyline though, because Gunther's a heel.
Yeah,
I know.
That would
That's
have
what I
to
mean.
have a
When he
storyline.
comes back as a face, but still, like these are just.
One
I don't know how.
is-
I don't know how, but get us to these places. These are the feuds I want to see.
But give me a John Cena and like I said, John Cena and a Carmelo Hayes, or John Cena and
give me Dom.
Yeah, John Cena and Dom.
That's a good one. What's funny is when we talk about these kind of matches we wanted, like when he first came back, I said give me a John Cena versus CM Punk, but I don't care how we get there. I don't care who's face. I don't care who's heel. I don't care. Just get me there, and they fucking did. So if they can do that in the middle of the fucking year, we say Dom's a heel, right? But they can get us there.
Yep. I wouldn't mind seeing John Cena and Penta have a match.
Oh yeah.
I heard.
Let John Cena go down to NXT. Give me a John Cena and Obafemi.
Yeah, Obafemi.
Like, just go out giving props to the next generation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And give those guys a 1v1.
Cena versus Ciampa. Would be fun to watch.
Overall, guys, was this a pretty good PLE for a Saudi show?
Overall, yes. I think this actually was a pretty good show. They are seemingly trying to debunk the whole Saudi shows are side quest things. Right. At least with the first one of the year. At least with this King, Queen of the Ring, some Night of Champions, whatever they want to call it, from year to year. Because these are matches that have implications moving forward with the King and Queen of the Ring matches. And, at least those matter moving forward. We got a title change and Solo Sikoa becoming a new U.S. champion. So that's 3 out of 6 matches that mattered, that genuinely mattered. One match that you could call it a farewell dream match with Cena and Punk.
Right.
And then 2 throwaways with Rhea and Raquel, which was still a good match and still the best match of Raquel's main roster career so far. So then you really only had one match that you could really just wipe from the board, and it was the match that was thrown on at the last minute, and Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross.
Yeah, I mean,
so overall, I would say this actually was, this was actually a pretty good PLE. Out of this surge of PLEs we've had over the last month and a half or two, where we're getting one like every 2 or 3 weeks, this is in the top 2, I would say. I would put this maybe right under Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Right now. And there was 2 other matches that were originally on the card that got canceled. AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title. and Liv Morgan versus
which I think was replaced with the Sammy and Karrion Cross match.
Right. And then we also had the women's world title. Io Sky was going to be facing Liv Morgan. So they got scrapped. But we all know why. That's all I got for the PLE, if you guys want to move on.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. We said enough about the PLE.
Yeah. I will bring up, though, let's get into any matches that may have been added to the next PLE. The next one is the Great American Bash. So far, we talked about the main title match, the Oba versus Yoshiki
Nomura.
Yes, and that's right. That guy's from Japan. He's not even on the NXT brand. But now added, we have a tag team match: Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace versus the Fatal Influence. Fallon Henley and JC Jane. I thought that was a one-on-one last time we talked. Now it's a tag match? Huh.
Yeah, it literally got updated within the last 15 minutes.
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true, because NXT is still alive. So this is why we're bringing it to you live. And then we also have a singles match for the NXT Women's North American title, Sol Ruca versus Izzy Dame.
Yep. Because that wasn't on there when we started recording.
Yeah. Yeah, that's new too.
What, that got added to Evolution or the Bash?
The Bash. Well, that's added.
Okay, the Bash.
Yeah, that's added to the Bash. And now Saturday Night Main Event. Let me see here. Well, we did talk about Goldberg and Gunther, and we do have LA Knight versus Seth Rollins added to the card, and also Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton, which I kind of want to see that Drew versus Randy Orton. And we did talk about we wanted to see some LA Knight versus Seth. What's up?
Oh yeah, spoiler.
Hey, SmackDown ain't happened yet.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in the future. Oh.
That's why Raw started at 6 for you guys, because they recorded SmackDown.
They recorded SmackDown as well.
So do you not want me to talk about Evolution? Because we got.
I literally have the Elite card pulled up, so I mean, we might as well.
Whatever. Screw it, because screw it. JC Jane with Fallon. JC Jane versus Jordan Grace. Okay, there's the singles match. That's how the NXT Women's Championship. That makes more sense. Mm-hmm. That'll be a pretty good match, by the way. I'm excited for that. Io Sky versus Rhea. That'll be a good freaking match. That's for the Women's World Championship. We're finally getting a one-on-one with them. I've seen it before, but I feel
finally, we had one before WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like this one's gonna cook. Yeah. I feel like they're gonna get time to cook for this one. Raquel,
they fought twice before WrestleMania.
They cooked on Raw. The match they had on Raw was great.
No.
Yeah, when Io beat Rhea, that was an amazing match.
Give me another one.
That was really a surprise because remember Io won the title off of.
Yeah, I do remember that. I wanted more. Now we're getting it. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne
I want
Perez.
more as long as Io wins.
Yeah,
I'll be mad as fuck if Rhea wins this damn belt.
Yeah.
Oh, then we have a fatal 4-way tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Titles. Raquel and Roxanne, the champions, versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. Well, that's a weird tag team. Versus 2 other teams to be determined. And I know they said
in other words versus 4 other women we're gonna randomly throw together.
They said 2 from NXT, 2 from Raw, and 2 from SmackDown. So we're still waiting for the 2 for Raw.
2 other teams. The Raw team's gonna be freaking probably the Bellas that they'll shoehorn in there.
Oh yeah.
Remember, originally Brie Bella was or Nikki Bella was going to face Liv Morgan at Evolution.
Do you think it's going to be one of those last minute, not tell us, and then they come out, and then it's like, oh, it's the Bellas? Because, we really have no time unless they announce them on SmackDown.
No, they'll announce them next week.
Yeah.
They'll shoehorn the fuck out of them in next week.
True.
July 13th. Okay.
And then we have a Battle Royal... Oh, go ahead.
I get the Alexa and Charlotte thing may happen this Friday on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then next week, Raw will get a third team, which will probably be the Bellas or something like that.
Right.
And then next week on SmackDown, we'll get the last team. Will be, I don't know, maybe the fucking
Piper.
I was about to say Piper and freaking and Alba Fire.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
or maybe I would prefer Michin and B-Fab. Or those two will have a match and the winner gets into this match.
Right. But then
we also and B-Fab have actually been talking about the women's tag titles for a while and wanting and going after them, so it would make more sense for them to be in the match.
Right.
Yeah, someone has
they've actually been talking about it.
So
yeah, they would be the ones taking the pin if they got in there.
How about this? They also have a battle royal for the Women's World Championship match at Clash in Paris. Who would they pick to go? Do we know anybody who's from Paris? Is there any wrestler that's from that area?
From Europe?
Yeah.
Plenty of Europeans, but actual French? Can't think of none.
I don't think
I can't think of any either.
Somebody that they would push as a hometown. You know what I mean? I can't think.
When's Clash at Paris? Is it after SummerSlam, right?
Let me see. Clash of Paris is August 31st.
Yeah, so after.
So
it would be somebody who, fingers crossed, is the one facing Naomi at Clash of Paris.
Ooh. Well, on the poster,
well, Naomi, or they said a title shot, so it could be whatever brand they are. So it could be Naomi if she's champion, or whoever the women's world champion is, be that Io or Rhea or someone else.
I will say on the poster, Bianca Belair is on there. The only women I see is Bianca Belair, Rhea, Charlotte, and Tiffany Stratton. It's the only women that are on the
could make for
poster.
something fairly interesting.
Yeah.
If Bianca Belair is healthy and can return, because I know she's still recovering from that hand injury or thumb injury she sustained at WrestleMania.
Right.
So if she's healthy enough to return, that could make for a very interesting possible setup with her having a guaranteed title shot at Clash in Paris at the presumed WWE Women's Champion, thinking it could be Tiffy at the time, and she's talking smack to Tiffy, teasing, and they go back to the thing they've been doing, teasing Bianca versus Jade again, because obviously Jade as queen is going to challenge. So she back, she talking with Jade, you win, and me and you, we go on the Clash at Paris, and we do the damn thing, Jade, yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. You know, and they would damn sure tease that shit. Oh, we're going to get Jade versus Bianca at Clash of Paris. We're going to get Jade versus Bianca at Clash of Paris. And comes Naomi. Snatches that title. And instead, we get Bianca versus Naomi at Clash in Paris. I'm booking it. There it is. Book it.
Book it now. Book it early, man.
Book it.
The only other match on here, yeah, it's a bit of a spoiler, but Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus for the WWE Women's Championship. Good.
I love
I'll
Trish
watch
Stratus,
it.
but why?
Yeah.
Oh, because
last time these two were together, they were allies. Earlier this year.
Dude,
wasn't that at Elimination?
No. It was Elimination Chamber, yeah.
How about say, wasn't it at Elimination
Tagged.
Chamber where they teamed up?
They were tagged, yeah.
Yep.
So what sense does this make for Trish to come back and challenge? Is it just like, hey, let's have a match just for the fuck of it?
Two hot blondes going at it.
I don't see Trish coming back as a heel. Tiffany Stratton's over as fuck, but still bitchy as hell.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like a match just cuz. Which, I mean, I'm not mad at. Evolution. You know, if an OG legend, somebody like Trish, who can still work good matches, wants to come back and have a match, I ain't gonna hate on it, but obviously Tiffany Stratton's gonna fucking win, so I don't know why. It just seems like a pointless women's title match.
Give Give it to somebody else instead of Trish.
But then again, at the same time, given that this is obviously a rush thing because PLE's got to happen every other week now, what legitimate storyline could they build up right now? Yeah. They done ran Tiffany and Nia into the fucking ground, and they just finally put the nail in that again with the last woman standing match. So there really ain't nobody for Tiffany to face right now to buy time between now and SummerSlam.
Would you guys be opposed to having the brand split PLEs again?
No.
No.
They tried
that.
I didn't like
Would
it.
I be opposed to it or in favor of it?
Opposed.
Either.
No way.
I would be opposed to it right now because, well, one, because I want them to go back to having one PLE a month. And if they were to do 2 PLEs a month, then yes, that may be, even if it's brand split, you're still doing PLEs every other week, which is oversaturation of the product.
Well, when they were doing brand split PLEs before,
it was every other month.
Every other month. Yeah.
Right.
Which is ideally what I would prefer.
Yeah, but the problem that existed then was trying to tell these stories over the course of 2 months to build up and maintain interest. Like, things kept shifting. Like, oh, this is Raw's month for the PLE. So all the attention went to Raw and building that shit up, and SmackDown would just be sitting there treading water, squandering, being uninteresting during the month in which it's Raw's PLE, and vice versa. When it was the month for the SmackDown PLE, Raw sucked for that month because all the attention was being given to SmackDown. Granted, they seem to be more in the long-form storytelling phase now, up until the last couple of months. But you still have to have compelling and interesting week-to-week content to sustain that when it's the other month's show. And they can't even commit to brand split as it is now. They got motherfuckers just showing up on whatever show whenever they feel like they need that person on the show for a ratings boost or whatever, because they can't work with the people that they already have or injuries or whatever. So if they can't even commit to a brand split as it exists now, they damn sure ain't gonna be able to pull off, individual brand PLEs every other month.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice. It would, especially the thing that would be a compelling argument for it is the fact that we have more titles now,
right?
And the fact that you could have PLEs with title matches being featured on PLEs that aren't getting it now, like women's Intercontinental or women's U.S. titles or the actual tag team titles, or hell, just the freaking world titles themselves or the regular Intercontinental title itself and stuff like that. That might be nice, but even that, you're still jumping from month to month, and then there's the issue of, well, if you're not in the title picture, then what? And you're still just wasting away. So I mean, it's complicated, it's hard, but I don't know that exactly. There's pros and cons either way. So, but overall, I would say just nah to the brand split PLEs.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's one of those things where I heard you guys talking about last week, and it was a question I wanted to ask. Cause let's see what these guys think on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I mean, it's an interesting thought to have, especially right now with what they got going on.
Yeah. We'll see.
Well,
we'll
guys,
see.
That's probably pretty much all I got. Like, between the PLEs that are coming up and what's been added to the card, and I guess a few SmackDown spoilers, but I will be on vacation, so I will kind of be out of the loop of wrestling for like a week. It'll be weird. So when I come back, I'm gonna have to like binge or at least read up, because where I'm going, there ain't nothing to watch. So, but it'll be kind of nice, I guess, to like just unwind from wrestling.
Yeah.
Get away from it for a while.
Yeah, get away
It
from
could be stressful sometimes.
Yeah, but I know, like, Monday night's going to come, and I'm like, I feel like I should be doing something. It's like...
Yeah.
Like, it's weird, right? So, it is weird when you try to take a part of wrestling out of your life, and it's like this huge chunk of, like, this time slot that's just open all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So
I've been doing this. I've been watching wrestling since I was 4. Like, what else am I supposed to do on Mondays?
I know. Yeah, right? So... Dre, do you got anything you want to plug?
I'll say, you notice people only say that about Monday. Nobody ever says that about Friday. Like, exactly. Oh man, I'm supposed to be doing on Friday. Motherfucker, I'm out. I'm at a bar. I'm at the club. Don't nobody care about missing wrestling on a Friday, but Monday
I never watch wrestling on Friday. Never.
Right. Nobody gives a nobody says Friday night wrestling is a part of my life. But Monday, that shit has been ingrained in us since the 90s.
Exactly.
I know.
Exactly. Also, because Fridays, it was what?
It
Thursdays,
moves so much. Tuesdays, Wednesday, Friday. It's been every day of the week.
Yeah.
Except Monday at some point. Yeah, there is that.
Lord.
Monday, there's 2 things that are guaranteed on Monday. Wrestling and football in the fall.
Monday Night Football,
Monday Night Raw. That's them 2 is pop culture. That is part of American culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, I'm ready to wrap this shit up. I'm ready for my vacation. So
get it.
Dre, do you got anything you want to plug?
Nope, nothing at the moment. As always, Instagram.com/PCW Podcast. We'll be back in a few weeks, I'm pretty sure, to talk about either all these shows that just happened or SummerSlam or whatever we feel like talking about next.
Yeah. Hoovy, thanks for coming back on the show, man. I appreciate it.
Of course. I had to knock out a few things. My PlayStation broke, so I had to go pick that up and finish work and everything.
Oh, man. What a bummer.
Been stressing, I know.
Yeah. Do you want to plug anything? Like how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah. Follow our show. I mean, we haven't done anything in the last few months, but we're working on new content. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, anywhere. Sofa King Smarks. Yeah, I know. We post a lot of videos on TikToks of things that we play a lot of post videos.
Nice.
Funny moments and things like that. So, yeah, follow us if you like dumb people talking about dumb things.
Awesome, man. All right, guys. With that said, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to this little promo. I have to give one. You know what it's going to be about. Yeah, just sit here and listen. You made it this far into the show. What we're going to talk about is something very important. It's social media. Why aren't you part of the Twitter page, the Instagram page, our Facebook page? Join. Share. And you know what? You get in there, we'll send you a link to the Discord. What's the Discord? It's where you can talk to us all day about wrestling. Not just that. How about you go to our website, podcastchampionshipwrestling1podium.com, where you can leave a review. Not just a review. You can write into the show. You got a question? We'll answer it. But it doesn't stop there. Oh, no, it doesn't. We offer so much more. Do you want to be on the show? Do you want to shoot the shit with Dre, Doyle, and myself? Be a guest. I'll give you your own theme music. Yes, I will. But it doesn't stop there, guys. You gotta go to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy a PCW shirt. Oh, we don't have one. We don't have two. By God, we don't have three. But we do have 4. 4 new t-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com. So what the hell are you doing? You made it this far. Are you a fan or what? Are you a fucking mark? Tell him.
You fucking mark!
Time's running out.
You are the world's dumbest son of a bitch.
The fact that day in and day out, for almost 6 years, I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
You are not ready for Oscar!
Because the Street Profits are up, and we want the smoke.
You're next! Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. New day!
The cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah, Macho Madness here.
Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show. Lately, he just hasn't been very oozy. Because I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome.
Those rotten bastards.
Bye-bye, bitch.